are present. Councillors Alec Allison, Jerry Convery, Colin Dewar, Gladys Ferguson Miller, Cal Johnson Dempsey. I understand that Councillor MacDonald is trying to join but is having technical issues at the moment. The following members are also present: Councillors Richard Nelson, Norman Ray, Graham Scott and David Shearer. Thank you, and I'll pass you to the Chair for today's business.
Thank you very much, Stuart. Today's agenda item number 1, is any declarations of interest? Could you please indicate now? If there are no declarations of interest, agenda item number 2 then is the minutes of the previous meeting. These on pages 3 to 4. I will move this as a correct record.
I'll second it. All
agreed. Thank you. Agenda item number 3 then is review of case in respect of planning application P240720, and that's in pages 5 to 78. The item before us today is a notice of review from Mr James Nolan. The applicant is asking the PLRB to review the planning officer's determination to refuse an application for the change of use of amenity green space to form a driveway and vehicle access at 51 Quebec Drive, East Kilbride. Details of the proposals, the officer's report of handling and the information submitted by the applicant are provided in the papers that have been distributed to members, as I've said, on pages 5 to 78. The first point then for the PLRB to consider and decide is how we proceed with this review. The applicant has indicated that they consider the review can be determined on the basis of the information provided by him and other parties and without any further procedures. Taking account of what is in our papers, we have to decide whether they in fact contain sufficient information for us to determine the review today, or if we need more written information, a hearing or a visit to the site. I think that all the information we have, plus the detailed photographs we have of the site, provides us with all we need to consider this review. Do the members therefore agree that we can proceed without a site visit, hearing or additional information?
Agreed.
Agreed. Anyone otherwise minded? Okay, we will then proceed to review, and I will open up the review for any discussion, comments. So there's no questions or comments. Can I just summarise the points made then? The applications for the change of use of amenity green space to form a driveway and vehicle access at 51 Quebec Drive, East Kilbride. If we consider there is no valid policy justification to support the proposals, at this occasion it would not accord with the development plan, planning permission can be refused. Or if we consider that there is adequate justification for the change of use of amenity green space to form a driveway and vehicle access at this location, we can grant planning permission subject to conditions. Can I invite for any decisions or reasons, if anyone has any? Okay, I'll speak for it myself then. While I would recommend that this appeal is dismissed, I would ask that officers liaise with Mr and Mrs Nolan to identify other options that may exist to provide parking for the property at Quebec Drive. In this respect, where this current proposal is not acceptable on planning terms, it may be that there is an alternative solution that would be appropriate and would meet the needs of the family, and I would ask that this is looked into. Tony, Finn, would you relay that back to your colleagues and make contact with Mr and Mrs Nolan? Thank you very much. Does everyone agree with that? Agreed, thank you. Therefore, the decision of the PLRB is to refuse the planning permission for the reasons set out in the decision notice and per my statement, which was issued on the 7th of October. The next stage then is that a written decision notice will be issued by the PLRB, and this should be issued within 28 days. Agenda item number 4, I have no items of urgent business. Can I now ask the clerk to stop the recording of the meeting and wish you all an enjoyable day. Thank you.